Good afternoon to all. Welcome to Digital Learning Department of Collegiate Education. The Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999, Meaning of Important Terms, Part 1. So the important terms are discussed in the Part 1 and as well as Part 2, and with the help of this video today let us see some of the important terms of the Foreign Exchange Management Act of 1999. The subject of business law is one of the subject for the 6th semester BCom students, and here the one of the important point, the importance of the foreign exchange is the foreign exchange and the foreign currency. And here the foreign currency, the important term of the FEMA, very important, because the currency is very important. Maybe a domestic currency or the foreign currency for doing some transactions. So therefore the currency is very important. So what is called as a foreign currency? According to section 2 subsection N of the FEMA Act 1999, under the FEMA Act, under section 2 subsection N, it is defined the term the foreign currency. Foreign currency means any currency other than the Indian currency. So therefore if you our currency now ಈಗ other countries ಹೋದಾಗ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ Indian currency and it will not be converted, it will not be convertibility, and here it is not valid. ಅದೇ ಥರ ನಾವು ಅದರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ನವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಆ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ದಟ್ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಅದರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್, ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ is to be converted into the other currencies. That other currencies may be depend upon the country where we are going to the other countries. Suppose that may be a dollar or maybe a rupee or maybe a yen. So these are the other countries currencies. Therefore the Indian currency is to be converted into the foreign currency if you are going to do some transactions or the foreign trade. So here the foreign currency is nothing but, according to section 2 subsection N of the Act, it means any currency other than the Indian currency is called as the foreign currency. And here let us see what is called as the foreign exchange. So the foreign exchange means foreign currency and includes foreign exchange. Exchange of what? Exchange of the currency from the domestic currency into the foreign currency. That is called as a foreign exchange. Exchange of the currency of one country with the another country, that is called as the foreign exchange. It means the foreign currency and it includes. So here the foreign exchange and the foreign currency, which includes the deposits, credits and balances payable in any foreign currency, drafts, traveler's checks and letters of credit or bills of exchange expressed are drawn in Indian currency but payable in any foreign currency is called as the foreign, that is called as foreign currency. So here the foreign currency is, it includes the foreign currency is maybe a deposits or maybe a credits and balances payable in any foreign currency, drafts, traveler checks, letters of credit or bills of exchange expressed are drawn in Indian currency but payable in any foreign currency. And also here there is a third point to understand the foreign currency, that is called as drafts, traveler checks, letters of credit, or bills of exchange drawn by banks, institutions, or persons outside India but payable in Indian currency. Let us see one by one. So here the deposits, foreign currency includes the deposits, so which it is deposited in any other countries or deposits or credits and balances payable in any foreign currency. So therefore, whatever the deposit, whatever the credits or the balances which are payable in the form of foreign currency, maybe a dollar or maybe a rupee or maybe a yen, if it is paid and payable in any foreign currency, and also the foreign currency also includes the drafts, traveler checks, letters of credit or bills of exchange. So the demand drafts or traveler checks are the letters of credits or bills of exchange expressed or drawn in Indian currency but payable in any foreign currency. They are drawn in the Indian currency but exchanged into the foreign currency. They are converted into the foreign currency. And the third one is the drafts, traveler checks, or the letters of credit or bills of exchange drawn by banks, institutions, or persons outside India but payable in Indian currency. But they are drawn in the other countries, but they are converted into the Indian currency. They are payable in Indian currency. So therefore, the drafts and traveler checks are the letters of credit or bills of exchange drawn by the banks or the institutions or persons outside India. They are drawn, they are received, and the checks and whatever the letters of credit, they are of the other countries, but they are converted into the Indian currency. So this is called as the that is foreign exchange or the foreign currency. Next here, let us see what is called as a currency. According to section 2, subsection H of the FEMA Act, what is called as a currency? So the currency is defined under section 2, subsection H of the FEMA Act. The currency includes all, that is currency notes. So that is currency notes, the postal notes, postal orders, money orders, checks, traveler checks, letters of credit, bills of exchange, and promissory notes, and credit cards. These are the called as the currencies which is equals to money or money's worth. Therefore, this is a currency that is called as the currency notes, paper currency. That is called as currency notes, postal notes, postal orders, and money orders, checks. Check is also one of the currency because it consists the value of money, and the traveler checks, letters of credit, bills of exchange, and promissory notes, and also the credit cards, that is the plastic money, that is the money or money's worth, is called as a currency. And in addition to that, recently the RBI has notified the debit cards, ATM cards, or any other instrument by whatever name card that can be used to create a financial liability is also called as the currency. Recently, the RBI has given the notification, has notified that the debit cards and even the ATM cards are also, or any other instrument, in addition to debit cards and ATM cards, if there is any other instrument by whatever name called, the name may be different for those instruments, and that can be used, but that is used to create a financial liability as currency. So therefore, that ATM card, debit cards, and other cards which are used to create a financial liability, and therefore that is also called as the currency because it is notified by the RBI. This is called as the currency. Therefore, based on this, we can understand what is called as a currency. Currency is defined under section 2 subsection H of the FEMA Act, that is currency includes all, that is currency notes, postal orders, money orders, checks, traveler checks, letters of credit, bills of exchange and promissory notes and credit cards. And in addition to all these, and the debit card, ATM card and also other any other instruments are also called as the currency, because which any instrument which creates the financial liability is also called as the currency. Next, let us see what is called as a foreign security. The foreign security means any security in the form of shares, stocks, bonds, debentures or any other instrument denominated or expressed in foreign currency and includes securities expressed in foreign currency but where redemption or any form of return such as interest or dividends is payable in Indian currency. So this is the meaning of foreign security. According to section 2 subsection O of the FEMA Act of 1999, what we can understand here about the foreign security. Foreign security means any security. The foreign security means it is any security in the form of shares. So that is foreign security is called as maybe a shares or maybe a stocks or maybe a bonds or the debentures or any other instrument denominated or expressed in foreign currency. So therefore they are the expressed or denominated in the foreign currency, that is shares for how many dollars and the stock for the what is the dollar value of the stock and the bonds how much you are invested in the bonds in the form of dollars. So therefore expressed in foreign currency and includes the securities expressed in foreign currency but where redemption or any form of return such as interest or dividends is payable in Indian currency. So that is called as the returns and the investment. Suppose if you are invested in the form of shares and at the end of the year will get the amount of dividend. If you are invested in the bonds or debentures, at the end of the year will get the amount of interest, the dividend or the interest. So that is called as the redemption or any form of return. Redemption means repayment of the bond is called as a redemption or the form of return. Return is in the form of dividend or the interest on debentures and the dividend on shares such as interest or dividends is payable in Indian currency but invested in the foreign currency but the returns are paid in the form of Indian currency. That is called as the foreign security as per section 2 and subsection O of the FEMA Act. So next let us see the authorized person section 10 to 12. So authorized person can be understood with the help of section 10 to 12 of the FEMA Act of 1999. Authorized person means authorized person according to section 10. So therefore the section 10 of the FEMA Act deals with the appointment of the authorized person and also section 11 of the FEMA Act deals with the RBI powers to issue directions and so also the section 12 it deals with the power of RBI to inspect authorized persons. So therefore these are the three sections. With the help of these three sections 10, 11 and 12 we can understand who is called as an authorized person. So therefore under the section 10 of the Act the authorized person is defined. The authorized person means an authorized dealer and money changer, offshore banking unit or any other person for the time being authorized under subsection 1 of section 10 to deal in foreign exchange or foreign securities. So authorized person means an authorized dealer who is called as a authorized person. He is a dealer of what? He is an authorized dealer in order to deal in foreign exchange or foreign securities and money changer, because the authorized person will change the domestic currency into foreign currencies. Therefore, they are called as the money changer. And offshore banking unit, that is in India, almost all commercial banks are the authorized persons to for the foreign exchange of securities, for the foreign exchange. Almost ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ that is they are the foreign exchange. They will exchange the Indian currency into foreign currency and foreign currency into Indian currency. Therefore, banking unit or any other person for the time being authorized under a subsection 1 of section 10 to deal in foreign exchange or foreign securities. So therefore, this is the meaning of the authorized person. Based on this, authorized person is a person who is called as the authorized dealer, and therefore in order to become as an authorized person, they have to apply. There are some formalities which are to be fulfilled. They have to apply in a prescribed format with the RBI, and the RBI will appoint the authorized person according to section 10 based on certain guidelines of the FEMA. Authorized person will be appointed by the RBI. So in India, almost commercial banks are the authorized persons to deal the foreign exchanges. Next, current account transactions. So here the transactions of the foreign exchange are classified into two: current account transactions and as well as the capital account transactions. According to section 5 of the FEMA Act, under section 5 of the FEMA Act, the current account transactions are explained, and here the current account transaction means a transaction other than a capital account transaction and includes ನಮ್ಮದು ಫೆರಾ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೀಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಒನ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಫೆಮಾ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 5 ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫೆಮಾ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ in connection with foreign trade, other current business services and short-term banking and credit facilities. So therefore, payments due in connection with foreign trade. So therefore, if you are doing the foreign trade and any payments due in connection with that foreign trade, that is called as payments from other customers or any other dues in connection with the foreign trade and other current business. And in addition to that, if there is any other current business transactions or the services, business or services and short-term banking and credit facilities, and also payments due as interest on loans and as a net income from investments. And if there is any interest due on loans, and that is called as is also comes under the current account transactions, that is payments due as interest on loans and as net income from investments, and remittances from living expenses of parents, spouse and children residing abroad. Suppose if our parents or the spouse or any children are residing abroad either for the education or any other purposes, at the time if we send the amount to for the purpose of expenses of those in the other countries in the form of the other currencies, that is called as comes under the current account transactions. And also expenses in connection with foreign travel, education and medical care of parents, spouse and children. And if you are residing in the other countries but we have sent the amount to the in our own country to the domestic country for the education and medical care of parents or spouse or children, these are all comes under the current account transactions. Let us see the capital account transactions. According to section 6 of the FEMA Act, capital account transaction is nothing but it means a transaction which alters the assets or liabilities, including contingent liabilities outside India of persons residing in India, or assets or liabilities in India of persons resident outside India, and includes transactions referred to in subsection 3 of section 6. So capital account transactions andre which alters, changes the value of assets or liabilities, including contingent liabilities. Contingent liabilities are the liabilities and that is future loss that is outside India of persons resident in India, because they are residing in India but that properties are situated in the other countries, and that properties that is the assets and liabilities are assets or liabilities in India of persons resident outside India. So therefore they are the properties is in India but they are residing in the other countries. So therefore if that is purchase of assets and sale of the assets, and which are all comes under the capital account transactions, if either in India or in the other countries, if any transactions are happened relating to the assets and liabilities, that comes under the capital account transactions as per section 6 of the FEMA Act. Next, here let us see what is called as a service. According to section 2 subsection B of the FEMA Act, service means any description which is made available to potential users. It also includes the provision of facilities in connection with banking, financing, insurance, medical assistance, legal assistance, chit funds, real estate, transport, processing, supply of electrical or other energy, boarding or lodging or both, entertainment, amusement, or the purveying of news or other information, but it does not include the rendering of any service free of charge under a contract of personal service. So this is about the service. So we will see that what is called the service. Service means any description which is made available to potential users, the future users. It also includes the provision of facilities, which includes the service sector comes under the banking, that is financing, insurance, medical assistance, legal assistance, chit funds, real estate, transport, processing, and also the supply of electricity or other energy, boarding or lodging or both, the entertainment also comes under the service. These are all the service sector organizations, industries. Amusement or the purveying of news or other information, but it does not include. So therefore whatever the service that are received by the potential user from all these other sectors of the economy, that are other industries, there may be a banking industry or maybe a finance or maybe an insurance sector or the medical insurance, medical assistant, they are all called as whatever the services, what is the help or the services which are received by the potential users from all these sections, from all these sectors, that comes under that is treated as a service, a section according to section 2 subsection ZB. Here the supply of electrical, that is called as supply of electrical company will supply the electricity to the potential users. And also, but here the services does not include the rendering of any service free of charge under a contract of personal service. Suppose if there is any personal contact, if there is some social relationship between the two peoples, if the services are provided free basis, that services are not considered as the service, because there should be a paid service but should not be the free service, free of charge under a contract of personal service. So therefore, but it does not include the rendering of any service free of charge under a contract of personal service. So this is called as the service. So therefore, according to section 2 subsection ZP of the FEMA Act, service means any description, any type of service, maybe any type of service which is made available to potential users. So this is available to the potential users, but it also includes the provision of facilities in connection with banking services, the services from the financial institutions, the services from the insurance organizations, and the services from the medical institutions, or the medical that is of medical assistance, or the services of the legal assistance, the legal services in the form of legal assistance, and the maintenance of the chit funds. Chit funds will also provide some services to the potential users, and the real estate sector will also provide the services to the peoples, those who they wants to invest their money either in the form of building, or either in the form of any other site, or any other thing that is called the real estate. And the transport organizations will provide the services to the society, and processing and supply of electrical or other energy, boarding or lodging, or both, entertainment, amusement parks which provide the services, and also are the purveying of news or other information, but it does not include the rendering of any service free of charge under a contract of personal service. This is the meaning of the term service as per section 2 subsection ZB. So here we understand about the type of transactions, that is capital account transactions according to section 6, and the current account transactions according to section 5, and also the authorized person according to section 10, and the foreign security as per section 2 subsection O of the FEMA Act, and the currency as per section 2 subsection H, and the foreign exchange and foreign currency as per section 2 and subsection N of the Act, which you have understand with the help of this video. So therefore here I thank you for watching this video.